Thank you. Hello everybody, I'm Aeshmah, and today I will be showing you the very special, never-before-seen Valentine's Day edition of Ghost of Tsushima in the Iki Island New Game Plus category. And to make this happen, I have brought just the cutest little angels that I could find an ESA with me. So if you guys would go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Ricolt. You might know me from Retro City Rampage a few hours ago. Hello.
Hi, I'm Zonorous. I guess I'm just cute.
I mean, that works, right? This is why we're here.
And I'll also be speedrunning some games later in the marathon, I guess.
Obviously, we will come back to that in just a little bit. But before we do that, we will be running the Iki Island New Game Plus category, meaning that we will try and go really, really fast, but you won't see any of the main game stuff. It's just the Iki Island expansion that we're going to do. We're going to do all the 7 main quests of that. We're going to do that on Lethal Plus, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. And what that entails, I will get back to in just a little bit. But how about we just go ahead and talk to this lovely gentleman right here to go ahead and start the run in just a moment. So once he tells us if we can, or if we want to, go to Iki Island, and I will press yes here, time will start. So let's get this show going in 3, 2, 1, go! So as all great speedruns do, they obviously start with a 1-minute unskippable cutscene, so why don't I just go ahead and clue you guys in what's actually happening. So in the main game, the Mongols are invading the Japanese island of Tsushima, so they basically killed all the samurai on the island, except us. We are basically the last remaining samurai. There is a war going on there, people are dying, they're about to be enslaved. But we don't really care, because Jin noticed that the Eagle, the most, notorious bachelorette of the Mongol force, is holding, a little bit of an audition over on Iki Island. And Jin thinks, hey, you know what, I'm a kind of cool guy, so I want to go and try and woo her heart. So he's sailing off to Iki Island, but things don't exactly go as planned if you've watched the cutscene right now, because we kind of shipwreck on the island, so we are getting a little bit late to the party here. So the first thing that we're going to try and do is, we're going to slowly walk along the shore, because obviously, story reasons, we just got here with a broken ship and everything. We're shipwrecked. We're not feeling so good at the moment, so we just going to take a deep breath, steel ourselves, and just go and roll a bit, because we still can't run, because we're still not feeling that great. But in the meantime, do we have any donations that have come in that we would like to read?
We actually do have a donation by Emerald Alley for $5. It's way too early for me to have anything clever to say, but good luck, Aeshmah. Heart, I know you'll do us proud.
Thank you. Emerald Alley is one of the oldest basically, she founded the speedrun community around Ghost of Tsushima. She is a very valuable member of the community. Thank you so much for that donation. In the meantime, we finally arrived on Iki Island proper, and just, look at that view. I mean, come on, guys, goosebumps, right? With the music and all, just look at it. But first things first, we still have this bachelorette party to get to, so we can't just go there like all tattered that we are. We need a proper horse to do so. We had a horse when we tried to get to the island, but we're kind of missing it at the moment. So let's go ahead and try to find it, because how can you woo a woman without having a horse, right? That just doesn't fly in the 13th century or whatever the hell this period is again. Anyway, we are trying just to run around the shore right here, hoping for a little bit of good RNG, because all the enemy patrols on the island are random. So if you run into one of those, that will be obviously bad luck, because I need to not be in combat when I get to the next quest trigger, because otherwise I cannot investigate the quest trigger to actually progress the story. So we're looking pretty clear, though. I mean, it's not the best of weather. There's a little bit of fog going on, so I can't see that much. But it's looking pretty good so far, so let's just go ahead and continue on this shore right here. This may also give me the opportunity to talk to you a little about what the difficulty option is. We are playing on lethal difficulty, so we have easy, normal, hard, and then lethal. The difficulty options do what you would expect out of the difficulty options. So with every higher difficulty, the enemies get more aggressive, they attack faster, they deal more damage, they can take more damage. But lethal difficulty actually pulls all that a little bit of it on its head. Because the easiest way to explain that is just imagine you're playing an RPG, and every single attack does critical damage. So everything is like multiplied by about 1.5-ish, something around that point, which basically means that every single attack in the game has the opportunity to just instantly KO me. It's not completely true. I mean, some attacks I can survive, so it's just about a 2-hit. But just, keep in mind that I am in the vicinity of mortal danger, like every single encounter that we're going to go through. Anyway, the game is nice enough to just let us run up this hill to where our horse is actually located. We do not have to follow the trails the horse has left behind on the shore to actually go ahead and find it. So as a speedrunner, we obviously know we have to go over here, find the horse, and the cutscenes just gets obstructed by this very beautiful bush, like right in front of us. But believe me, it is there. So we now have the first contact with the Eagle warriors on the island. A strong lady like the Eagle obviously needs her personal bodyguards that you kind of have to get through to actually get to her. So we dealt with one of those guys getting onto her, and now we finally get back to our lovely little horsey, finally reunited. And in the meantime, while we were separated, our horse actually picked up a new trick, which is this horse charge ability. You wouldn't get that during the main quest, so just the base game. You only get that on Iki Island, and it is just the most phenomenal technique ever, because it allows us to do this. So you can just charge through all these enemies and push them aside, and they actually die from that if you do it correctly. And more importantly, it can also terrify other enemies, and we can also regain a little bit of our resolve. What that does, I will get back to in just a little bit. For now, I'll try to charge through these guys and then make my way over to the enemies on the right here, charge through these, and then hit this guy, but somehow that didn't really work, but it worked still. So for some reason, Jin just fell off his horse. He probably was just so over enthusiastic because this was really good RNG, because I didn't have to kill any of the other enemies. They all got terrified, and I could immediately speak to this prisoner here, ending the quest and propelling me forward in the story. So this was probably a gold split, actually, if I had my, split already.
I just learned something. Apparently, face planting terrifies enemies.
I mean, it can be pretty terrifying. Just imagine somebody, like falling down just in front of you from an indefinite height, and they're splashing in front of you. That could definitely scare the bejesus out of you.
True.
Anyway, we finally have our horse, so it's time to get to this bachelorette party, but, the line over there is really, really long, so maybe we have some sneaky little speedrun technique to actually, pass the line and get in front of everybody. So why don't we just try and go over here and, have a talk with these Mongol guys. They seem kind of friendly, right? Well, maybe my judge of character isn't up to par anymore because I guess we died. Game over? Does anybody know what you're going to do now?
Reset?
Maybe this guy can help us. Yeah, no, he just kicked us straight in the face. Anyway, what this actually does is you're actually supposed to immediately ride to the main encampment of the Mongol forces where the Eagle is located. However, and we will obviously be captured there anyway, but if you just do that in a certain radius around Fort Sakai, you can still progress with the story because this cutscene still triggers. So we actually, progress with the main quest. Now what happens in the cutscenes that I just skipped, these guys just presented us to the Eagle because, we were late to the party. They still had our invitation. They were searching for us and they brought us here. And now the Eagle was just so embarrassed by all of that she went ahead and cooked a special soup for us, to try and make up for it. But apparently it doesn't really sit well with Jin's diet plans because he is trying to evacuate that stuff like immediately out of his body. So we're basically just looking for the loo at the moment, kinda. While we are actually hallucinating about this other lovely lady that Jin is also kinda enamored with, I want to say, but I will get to that maybe later. Anyway, just for now, remember that we're trying to get out of here with our bowels still intact. And we just, for now, trying to get away from this Eagle lady because apparently, she's bad company. We might not like her as much as we thought we would. I mean, we just, basically too good for her, I want to say. So anyway, we're just making our way over here. And in just a moment, we will actually make our way out of here, and after that we'll just have a little bit of a bad nightmare because it was just some really, really bad soup. We actually are gonna have some nightmares for that. So yeah, Loveray, if you have anything to plug for us, this would be an absolutely perfect time to do so.
I got a $10 donation by Tiny Tim saying, "Hey all, had to donate for the amazing Aeshmah and the Ghost of Tsushima run. Not to mention, you have two of the coolest commentators ever,
Cutest.
Enrico and sorry,
playing
and
along.
Sonorous. Good luck on the run. Cheers. And this donation is going towards Tormented Souls Any Percent alternate outfit, which we are pretty close to getting. So don't forget to put your donations towards incentives.
Thanks, Tim.
Much appreciated. I mean, guys, keep in mind, this Tormented Soul Zone is actually going to happen a little bit later today, and we definitely do want to see that outfit, so keep on donating for that. Actually, I totally forgot one thing. I'm actually, a connoisseur of puns myself, and, this being a Japanese game, there are also going to be some haikus along with it. So if you guys, yes, you out there watching this run right now, go ahead and put a donation for us that includes a pun or is a haiku, especially if they are Ghost of Tsushima or Valentine's Day themed. I'm going to go ahead and match that donation. So, guys, get on it. We're raising money here for a very good cause. So, pun, haiku, Ghost of Tsushima or Valentine's Day themed, and I will match that. But for now, we're just, trying to make our way out of this very ugly nightmare scenario. I mean, that soup, I have no idea what was in there. But if I was in that scenario, just having drunk a little bit of soup, I would definitely question the chef putting the ingredients together here. I don't think that Gordon Ramsay would be okay with that, at all. I mean, he would just definitely chew her out and throw her out of the kitchen, no questions asked. Toward this run here, Jin actually runs out of breath, and that is why we start jumping, so we just go and get on a little bit faster and finally make our way out of this scenario, because we just had enough of that. So let's just skip that, because that is a very gruesome scene. We don't want to see that. It is Valentine's Day. We're here to do lovely stuff and not to watch any nightmares. No, absolutely not. I'm just going to go ahead and skip a couple more cutscenes. This game really loves its story, but I'm just going to go ahead and make up my own. So, we're not going to hear any of that. Just ignore it. We're going to hear for Valentine's Day anyway. All right, with that out of the way, we've escaped the eagle for now. She turned out to be not the lovely lady that we envisioned her to be. So for now, we're just a little bit let down. The Valentine's date didn't really work out as planned, so we are in need of friends. We need just somebody to hug and to really, really love us at that point. So we have just met a lovely little fellow called Tenzo. Where is my horse? Where's my horse? Where's he?
Nobu.
It seems like my horse just abandoned me. Apparently it doesn't love me as well. And oh yeah, great. This is not good. This is very much not good, because we're just having another hallucination. The soup was really so bad that we just couldn't stand it. And I have to make my way over this bridge while this hallucination is actually going on, because otherwise I will get another hallucination that will lose me 2 minutes, and I definitely do not want to do that. But it seems like I just made it, so thank you, Nobu, for absolutely nothing. My lord, what is wrong with you, horse?
So this is like a hallucination in a hallucination?
Basically. I mean, the hallucination inside the hallucination cannot happen. We are not playing Inception here. This is still Ghost of Tsushima. So, you can only have one hallucination at a time. There is a limit on that.
Okay.
So, we just made it before the hallucination ended. And now we're just going to grab another fast travel point, and we now will actually go back to the other one, where the line started a little bit earlier, where we got captured, to fast travel back to that, because this category has a habit of making us travel back and forth between the west and the east end of the island. So it's just nice to have these fast travel options available so we can quickly make our way from one end to the other. So once again, we are on the lookout for some friends. We need some hugs. We want actually to, get some love going on Valentine's Day, as it were. So we'll just go ahead and try to fight Tenzo, who is hanging out a little bit further down the line here, while these Mongols keep shooting at us for no particular reason at all. I mean, we are leaving the eagle alone for now. We don't want her anymore. So why are you guys still angry? What did I ever do to you other than kill a couple of your friends so far?
Maybe it was armor.
Oh.
Or defensive.
You mean they're just trying to shoot me with more love arrows, so actually come back?
Yes.
Well, that would just be Stockholm Syndrome. I mean, we are in Sweden, but it's not that bad now, is it? Anyway, we found Tenzo. He is just, the cutest little guy inside the game, because the other cuties are just right here beside me.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And yeah, he will tell us to, let's go ahead and have a drink. And we're just going to follow him, but he's just too slow for us because this game has the habit of you have these walkie-talkie sections, where they're walking and talking, walkie-talkie. Get it? Anyway, the game slows you down during these, so we're just going to jump ahead because the game does not slow down our jumping speed, so that is pretty nice of it. And from that point on, we're just going to summon our horse again and just ride into the sunset. It's not setting and I can't see the sun, but I'm definitely sure we're going to ride into it. And
But hey, we're with Tenzo. That's the important thing.
yeah, exactly. We found him. We finally have a friend.
Not
We're
alone.
just trying to get some hugs out of him, but apparently he just is programmed to keep a head start on us, so we'll not be able to catch him just yet. Instead, we're gonna find some more Mongols, so maybe we can go ahead and spread the love around more a little bit while I just, go ahead and make them show their red stuff. Red is the color of love. The more red you show, the more lovely you are. I mean, that is just science at this point. So, also fire, very, very lovely. I mean, it's just gruesomely animated. And yeah, we're gonna have a field day with these guys. And apparently they all love us now, or we love all of them because they're all pretty red and burned and stuff. Is this really a Valentine's game? I'm not so sure anymore. What about you guys?
Yes.
It
I
is?
was about to say yes.
I mean, then we're doing everything right? Anyway, the entrance to the other friends is actually blocked, so we're gonna go ahead and find another entrance to actually go ahead and meet those guys. In the meantime, the stoop is still having residual effects on Jin because he's still hallucinating some of that. I mean, what kind of stuff did that lady put into the soup? That, I mean, we're having nightmares for days here. This is just really not good. Tenzo, for some inexplicable reason, just stands around at this point, and now we have to kind of wait for him to find his way. He's, got a little bit confused there. Maybe you've had some of the soup as well. I don't know. Maybe he was part of the party while I was just, out there having my nightmares or whatever.
Oh, he's showing off his ballet moves.
He's what?
Ballet. He
Oh,
learned
ballet
how to
moves.
dance,
Oh, he's
yeah.
a little bit of a dancer, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of lovely. Maybe he can show me something later on. In the meantime, there are still more obstacles on our way to go ahead and meet our friends. So we're just gonna have a little bit of a climbing section. We need a little bit of a workout. We had all these nightmares and dreams. We're not moving a lot. So, oh yeah, this rock gives way. So try and not move to the left while you're falling down. Otherwise, you will hit the rocks to the left, and Jin won't grab onto the beam below him, and he will actually die. Same thing here. We'll jump down here, and you actually have to make this safety roll, otherwise you will die again. So we just escaped 2 instant deaths. Yay me. And then there'll just be some more obstacles until we can finally go ahead and meet some other friendly people. Are we actually going to ESA? Is this happening on ESA? Maybe not. I don't know.
In the meantime, do we have...
Yes,
Well,
go
okay.
ahead.
Well, I guess you're in trouble, Aeshmah.
Oh.
We have a $200 donation by Anonymous saying, roses are red, violets are blue. Omae wa moe shinderu. And this is going to Inside Any Percent Blindfolded Shockwaves.
That's a good one. Holy hell. Come on, guys. Keep doing that. We're raising money for charity.
That was
That's
pretty
probably
good.
not the only one that you can come up with, is it?
Well, we got another one if you...
Oh, go
I
ahead.
think the
It's a
poem was
$29 donation by MOD saying, roses are red, this isn't a pun, but neither a haiku. What have I done?
I can let that count, I think.
Towards County Any Percent Good Time Garden.
All right, in the meantime, we have finally now come to the Raiders' Refuge, and we can find all these lovely new people here, and Tenzo is just going to tell us how much of a good guy he is, because he's literally giving his last shirt for the other people to strip down and probably make some hardish cutouts out of them. Probably a red shirt, right? What other shirt would you strip down on Valentine's Day, honestly? Anyway,
the birthday shirt.
a birthday shirt. That sounds kind of dirty if you think about it. Anyway, we're just gonna make up top and go ahead and chat with Fune, and she's a little bit wary of us, We've had all these dealings with the Mongols. We were trying to woo the eagle. She's not really trusting us. So in order for her to make her trust us, yeah, that's the word. I can't speak. We just have to go ahead and, give her a boat, or rather get rid of a boat, because that other boat is getting rid of her boats. Makes sense, right? And for that, we just go to, once again, the east end of the island. Once again, that is why we grabbed the fast travel point just a little bit earlier, as I explained. You know, the game just really likes us to go from the west to the east, and to the west, and to the east again, and so on and so forth. So we're just gonna pick up all these other guys, and we're just gonna head and try and fight that boat. You know, we know that it needs some supplies, because the boat itself is too big to actually fit through all these little rocks, so it has a little supply boat that we know about, and we'll dock in just a moment here. So we will try and get onto that and spread some love, because that is why we're here. And to raise money, donate. So on the way down there, Tenzo and Jin, you know, they're having a little bit of a buddy moment, so we are having the choice of either telling Tenzo, sorry, a really sad story or a really funny story. So why don't we go ahead, because we are in good spirits, and make a joke. Okay, Jin, can you tell us a joke, please?
I'm haunted by visions of this withered sailor. Half drunk, breath that stinks of rotten shellfish. He keeps eyeing my katana, like he wants to steal it.
You're funny.
I mean, as far as jokes go, I don't know if that was really a good one, but Tenzo thought it was funny, so I guess it counts. Hello there, people. In the meantime, let's go ahead and, you know, once again, spread the love among the Mongols. So, you know, fire, lovely. Blood, also really lovely if it's on the right persons, I guess. And in the meantime, throw the moss. More love, because more red.
Well, we also have another haiku for you.
If you give me just a moment here, we can do that in a little while.
Perfect.
Because first of all, we're going to clear out this beach right here. And you've seen maybe the most important mechanic in the game, which is the Terrify mechanic. So basically what's happening, the armor that I was wearing previously has a 40% chance whenever I kill an enemy to terrify another enemy. If an enemy gets terrified, it will just drop its weapons and just flee. And that counts the enemy as completely defeated. I do not have to care about that enemy anymore. And then we just load that armor up with the passive abilities that increase that chance to about 80 to 90%. And so I basically, whenever I kill one enemy, I basically get rid of two. However, for some strange reason, all the enemies on that boat cannot get terrified. So they just really want me to go ahead and give them a very hug at the end of my sword, I suppose. So I actually have to go around and kill all these enemies one by one, because I can't terrify any of them. So again, we are playing on lethal plus difficulty. Every single hit that they would give me would kill me instantly. So this is a little bit of a stressful moment in the run. So if you have any donations to read or anything else, you know, go ahead, because I will try and concentrate here for just a little while.
All right. We have a $20 donation by Charlatan saying, "Go Aish, make the community proud. A big hug to you and for all the people on ESA. Keep the grind and the good job." Time for another?
Thank you. Charlatan, as you might already think so, is another very beloved member of the community. He is my fiercest rival when it comes to Ghost of Tsushima speedrunning. He actually held the world record in this category for quite a while, until I actually managed to beat it during my practice runs for ESA. So, go me, I suppose.
You absolute legend.
And it even was on the PlayStation 4 while he's playing on the PlayStation 5. Imagine that. The dishonor.
It wasn't my fault.
Anyway,
we have
we're
some more
still
time?
not done here, because yeah, I killed all the guys on the boat, but there are still more people around here. So while I go ahead and still spread more love, go ahead and read me some more donations.
So we still have a haiku by Andre back for $20 saying, "A haiku for you. Speed runs in winter. Rico love, the best emote. Ghost of Tsushima."
Pretty good. Yeah, you can just keep rolling, because we still have one more enemy group just right up there that we have to go through.
We have a $50 donation by Sensation saying, "Good luck, Aeshmah. Us Legends runners are on your side."
Once again, another very beloved member of the community, because not only are we running the main game, or the Iki Island expansion, we're also running the multiplayer Legends mode of the game, which is basically a series of very short missions. You know, this run is going to take about an hour. if you're running the main game, it takes about 3.5 hours. But if you're just doing Legends, well, all those missions take between 5 to 10 minutes. So that's not very long. So now if you're thinking that, I want to get into speedrunning, but I don't have that much time to dedicate to it, just try out the Legends mode. They're short, they're fun, but they definitely demand skill. So all those runners are just pure Legends on my book. Anyway, we just now captured the ship, and we are now trying to invade the bigger ship because, we need a bigger boat. And it's basically the same thing as before, as I try to make my way through all of these lovely people right here to try and not get murdered. And while that is going on, if you have anything more to plug, oh my lord, I actually have to go ahead and restart the checkpoint because these guys just love me so much. They're spreading the love actually to me by setting me on fire. There's just too much love for me, so let's go ahead and try that again. And if you have more to eat, go ahead.
You're just too hot.
Yeah, I am.
Perfect. So we have another $50 donation by username Niels. Talented runners on prey. On good games, no ghost of a chance.
Oh my lord, these guys, I can just feel the love coming to me and the donations, man. I was like, I think I will just go ahead and die for every donation that you read for a little while, so go on ahead. I mean, Cheer is probably not going to be very happy with me, but maybe the donation total will be pretty good afterwards, so I hope it's going to be okay.
Well, there's a $20 donation by Mind of Me. Why are roses red? I can't decide what to write. Chose one, Sam or I.
Just keep on reading while I'm on this boat.
And we have a $5 donation by Paulister. Hi, Aeshmah. It's your friendly neighborhood Paulister here. I promise I won't kill you and take you hostage in my Mongol camp. Good luck on the run, Aeshmah.
Alright, that sounds kind of threatening if you ask me.
And this donation is going towards Tormented Souls any percent alternate outfit.
It sounds better than getting that soup earlier.
So there's another donation, if there's
Go ahead.
time.
We're still on the ship.
It's a $5 donation by Zed saying, hello Zonorous, tell me, is this a Bethesda game? Also going towards Tormented Souls any percent alternate outfit. People really want to see this outfit. Let's go, guys.
Alright, in the meantime, we spread more love, more fire, more red, more burns!
More friends.
More donations?
I don't
More
know.
donations. All right, we got a $25 donation by Bobby the Blacktastic.
Oh.
I've had
board.
an adoration for Ghosts of Tsushima speedrunning ever since Aeshmah and the community showcased a handful of categories last year. This year, we gotta get him a PlayStation 5. And this one's
Please
going,
do.
And this one's going towards Record of Lodos War, the OOB showcase.
Nice. So in the meantime, we finally got off that awful boat. So let's go ahead and report to Fune because, if you remember before all this stuff happening, she told us to actually go ahead and do that so we can actually earn her trust. Because once again, we want her to be our friend. She's a lovely lady. We need friends. It's Valentine's Day. Spread the love. And yeah, she keeps warming up to us just a little bit. So now we actually have the force to go back to Fort Sakai, where the Eagle was residing just a little bit earlier. If I can find my armor here. And because there are some more people actually there that need some loving. They've been there working really, really hard. And, they could just use a hug. And she basically tells us, go there. Hug those guys and then report back when you've done that. So we're just gonna have a short little ride up there and
Some
do exactly
more love
that.
for a haiku?
Sure.
We got a $5 donation from Anonymous saying, Samurai love burns like a sword pulled from the flames, plunged into their chest.
That was pretty good. Holy.
That it's made by an artist.
Alright guys, how about you? How are you feeling? Are you feeling the love yet? Oh my lord. Hello there, people.
There's not enough fire in the room.
Not enough fire.
That's what I'm in love. But
So you're saying we're
think-
not hot enough yet? So you want it hotter?
yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna paint another town red?
Yes, we definitely will as soon as I get to the top of this mountain. Sometimes you just gotta stop and smell the flowers just a little bit. I mean, I'm not actually getting off my horse. We had the faceplant earlier that kind of scared the people off, so I'm not trying to do that again. But what I will definitely try and do is I will try and angle myself in a way in just a moment with a horse charge. So I can actually hit this guy, you know, let the horse say hello, jump over there and try to hit these guys. Sadly, I didn't have enough resolve to do that, so I will just go ahead and hit these guys, you know, with my sword, spread the red. Red is good, it's lovely.
And your horse likes to hug people as well.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, it's a really nice horse.
With like full force, like...
I mean, those are the best hugs, right?
I mean, the people might disagree that got hugged by the horse, but I don't know.
I mean, come, don't you love it when the horse just nuzzles up to you and, you know.
Yeah,
Isn't that lovely?
When I get hugged so much that I get like flung backwards 3
I mean,
meters.
that's just a full force contact hug. You know, that's the best kind of hug.
Yes.
You're not gonna tell me that never happened to you?
Being run over by a horse?
That's
I don't want to talk about it.
okay.
I think there's a story behind that. Maybe if you guys donate more, he will spill it. All right, for now, we have some friends, and there are some Mongol friends that we're going to spread the love to. So, yeah, more red. Also, you might have noticed that I'm actually trying to go for these guys in the background who are always singing. It's not that they do not enjoy their singing, it's just that it makes the other guys, like, literally go in a frenzy and be just really pretty big pains in my behind. So I do not like that.
Wait, they're going into frenzy because he just sings so bad?
I mean, I don't know if they sing so bad or so good. I guess that is just in the ear of the listener. I mean, it's not really the beholder, but yeah, it really frenzies up the Mongols, which means that they actually can take more damage, they deal more damage, and some of their attacks actually become unblockable. I mean, just look at that guy groveling in front of me. Like, he really is afraid of me, I suppose. And yeah, it basically buffs all the enemies around that. And since I want to go through this rather quickly, if possible, I obviously want to not have them do that. And yes, more friends. We saved quite a bunch of those, but sadly, some of them actually, you know, got a little bit too close to the fire. So, you know, they just got hit by too much love at once. You know, you got to spread your love in doses. You know, you just can't immediately go to everybody and just, you know, just go ahead and just spread all your love like all over them if they haven't asked for it yet. That's just not something that you should do, especially not on Valentine's Day. I mean, yes, it is a lovely day, but just don't go around and spread it love to anybody if they are not a recipient of your love. Don't do that.
Yeah, like
what you can do, though, is get out your blowgun and load it up with poison darts and shoot the more Mongols with that, because that is absolutely what I just did, and I do not regret it.
You're basically saying spend your love responsibly?
Yeah. That's a pretty good way to put it, actually. I mean, just look at these lovely people. They're all red now. See? People just spreading the love all around town here.
They're so exhausted from all the appreciation that they need to take a nap on the grass floor.
Yeah. I mean, it can be pretty exhausting, like... I mean, have you never gone to a love party and it was pretty exhausting afterwards?
Okay,
That
dude.
sounds dirty. Alright, in the meantime, we actually have a boss fight coming up against Kunbish. It's a pretty strange name, but just bear with me here. He is basically the main, well, what do you call it, boyfriend type, I want to say, of the Eagle. And we're starting to get a little bit jealous because, you know, we want to see that lady again. Maybe we could get a second chance in. But he's kind of in the way here. So, you know what we do with competition? We dance with them. Because we have the ability called the Dance of Wrath, and we're going to show our dance moves to that guy. So let's see how he likes them. I mean, he seems pretty stunned by it. Well, having a little bit of a talk here. He's getting into the groove, but we are just a little bit faster than him, so keep it grooving. Oh, what was that? Jin.
In the meantime, do you have some time for some donations?
Just a second there.
Okay,
So,
okay.
you know, he was so impressed by our dance moves that he decides he's just no match for us. He's just going to leave the premises right away. And we're actually supposed to follow him. You know, you can see the indicator right over there. But instead, we're just going to go ahead and jump through this window right here. So we're actually now in front of him. So he's actually following us. You know, we have a little bit of a momentum moment going on here. And then he's actually dropping bombs on us while he's behind us. We're gonna go through the door, and now he's in front of us again. Like, what is this magic happening here? You know, it's probably the magic of love. You know what I'm talking about, right? And now you can go ahead and read whatever you had to block.
Perfect. We have a $160 donation by Nuxifer. So, this donation amount is what I made last year from donating blood and platelets, just to be able to make this dumb pun. Please, ESA, take my blood money. Thank you, Aeshmah, for this awesome Tsushima run.
Well, thank you very much for that, you know, bloody donation. I mean, it is really red. It is really lovely. We do enjoy that. Thank you so much.
Also, keep up the donating. As a recipient, thank you.
It is very important. You know, spread your love. Spread your blood to other people. Can that be interpreted wrong? I'm not sure anymore.
ESA does not.
We do not condone you spreading your blood on other people, you know, but donate money and donate blood. Yes, absolutely, go ahead and do that. In the meantime, we actually did not find the eagle, you know, in the castle where princesses are supposed to be. I mean, Mario taught us that like ages ago, but this princess is actually somewhere else. I don't know if she's in another castle or not, but she's not here anyway. So what we're trying to do now is try and draw out her remaining forces. So this is the quest, the Massacre at Kitafune Village. I would just call it the Love Parade of Kitafune Village, because there will be a lot of lovely people around in just a moment. While we just go ahead and, you know, plan this big party from this tower over here. So while I just go ahead and have a look around, you know, check out the premises, see where you can, you know, go ahead and set up the venue, and, you know, probably there is a good spot, like maybe for the entrance while people are talking about that. It looks pretty good, you know. The people can come over there from the woods or something, and looking pretty all right. Sounds good. And maybe over here could have the info desk, maybe, you know, kind of close to the entrance. I mean, it's this lovely shack, and we can set stuff up there so people can just go over there and talk about it. So, pretty good so far. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan. Yes.
Okay, right here we'll have the main stage, you know. There's where all the stuff is gonna happen in just a little while. So set up all the barricades there, and maybe a food stand, maybe, you know, people get something to drink, maybe blood, you know, for the vampires or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, if you just have anything to plug, go ahead.
Get everyone in position. We'll hang back for now.
Okay, so we have a $20 donation by Meta saying roses are red, violets are violet? Let's get that control glitch exhibition met. So this is going towards the control inbounds glitch exhibition.
Okay, while we were waiting for, well, we skipped the cutscene, you know, the day actually advanced to night time. So now we're just gonna ahead and try and, you know, meet our guests at the entrance. So you probably guys know how we're gonna meet our guests, right?
With love.
Yes, absolutely, with love, with lots of it. So there they are in the distance, you know, riding in, you know, with all this lovely fireworks going on, and I'm just gonna pluck an explosive arrow and just absolutely not pass at them, because that actually totally missed. Oh my lord. I'm just gonna go over here, spread some more love with my horse, because, you know, it wants to get in on the action as well. And then we're just gonna have a big old dance-off like we did at Kunbish, against Kunbish. So enjoy the dance moves, everybody. Alright, that was the first party ascending upon us, but we are not done yet. We're just gonna go over to these party guys. Maybe they are more of a match for our dance moves as they menacingly threaten towards us. But once again, we have some background singers here. I do not like background singers, like the voices I just love. I mean, come on, guys. Practice it a little bit harder, please. Gonna take care of them in a jiffy, and there's still more dancing going on here. Like, you know, we have a little bit of blood on the dance floor here. Maybe we should do some cleanup afterwards.
Yeah, some people are overdoing it a little bit with the dancing.
Absolutely. I mean, then again, a little bit of a celebration. And then we just make our way over to the next venue. I mean, you know, party here seems to be dying down, but we still want to go party. The night is still young, you know. We are young. We want to party. We still haven't found the date, even though, you know, time is running out. Time on this run is running out, so, you know, we gotta hurry it up. Alright, we're gonna welcome more guests. How are we gonna do that?
By inviting them to the DDR machine.
That's a good
donation or
one. So,
two?
so there they're coming. So more explosions, more lighting, because this menu just needs some really good and dramatic lighting, and we are really happy to provide just that for them. Yo, guys, what are you doing up there? I want to fight you down here. Excuse me. Thank you. Awesome party going on down here. But yeah, if you have anything to read more, go ahead.
We do, in fact, have more haikus.
Oh my lord.
$5 by Robs the Dude. Knock knock. Who's there? Hike. Hike who? I don't think that's while they work.
Okay, I love that one.
That one, yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
We got another one for you.
Go ahead.
For $20 by Andrew Buck. A haiku for you. Aeshmah spreading love. Cute cupids and katanas. ESA Winter.
Straight into the point.
Time for another one?
Give me just a moment here. I mean, what you saw doing there, like, Jin is still having hallucinations from that soup from earlier. And apparently my horse is missing. Oh, there it is. And, he thought he was a real little young boy. But you can't have a horse as a young boy now, can you? So what you saw there is a neat little glitch. It does absolutely nothing, but if you call a horse while you are an adult and then you get transformed by the cutscene to a young one, you just, right in the air, I suppose. I guess that kind of works. Anyway, party's dying down. The sun is coming up, so we are starting to get to the end of the party line here. However, some of the, more drunken participants, I guess, are holed up here, so we got to go ahead and just wake these people up. So, any ideas how we're going to wake up some drunk people?
With lots of love.
Yeah, more importantly with bombs, because they're over there, so I'm just going to wait for the impact of that bomb, so I'm going to spread this around a little bit more.
Just for clarification, love bombs, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's red and lovely, so I could be a love bomb.
They
And-
pack a punch.
Now we've actually wakened the guys up. We've freed a couple others because God knows what they're doing with this thing around his throat over there or whatever. And now that we've freed these guys, more people actually come running in. They are really late to the party. They probably were partying all night somewhere else, and they're just trying to, crush up our venue. And we just cannot have that. We gotta start defending our clubbing here. So we're just quickly gonna make our way back over there with some lovely horse charges. We're just gonna go ahead and spend all of our resolve on that. I don't care about it. I just want to go back to the party here because there's the fireworks going off. And in the meantime, all the other Mongols are gonna rush in. I'm just gonna wait for the save icon to appear in the upper right corner. And it's gonna reload the checkpoint because that makes it so that all the Mongols that are gonna rush to this joint right here are actually already there. So we have a nice little, dance mosh pit going on right here. So it's a little bit easier to fight all of these guys all at once instead of, having them spread around all the venue. You want all the people on the main stage and not somewhere on the side venues doing other stuff, So I think I missed a shaman because I'm hearing chanting from somewhere. Like, he's totally messing up my vibes here, man. Stop doing that, please. Hello, stray arrow.
Instead of the shaman, do you have time for something else?
Give me just a second here to get through that, because we are getting to the end of this, because apparently it's also my end as this stray arrow just hit me, so I guess you do have a little bit of time to go ahead and read your donation now.
We have a $10 donation by TMHTF Senpai saying, in front of you sits someone that is never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Thank you for all the donation, guys. And remember, Aeshmah is gonna match donations in theme of Valentine, haikus, and puns. So keep them coming.
I mean, was that a haiku? I mean, it was a song. It's not exactly a haiku. It's kind of similar. I guess we'll have to check that after the fact, I suppose.
Well, we have another $20 donation saying, "Make us proud, Aeshmah," by Zender Torsten.
I'm trying. I think I am. Because, we finally defended our venue. We were partying all night. We are a little bit, drunk on whatever the hell we imbibed. And obviously, more love. Because we are starting to be a little bit bloodied up here. But we got through the Massacre quest. So now it's actually time to, round this thing up. We're actually going to go ahead and start the last main quest of the Iki Island portion of the run. We finally know where the eagle is, or rather, we know a place where she just cannot resist going. You know, we got a little lover's hideout planned, so let's see if the invitation sticks and the lady actually shows up.
So we can finally get a date?
Hopefully. I mean, that is why we're here, right?
Right.
I mean, you know,
So
we came to this island while there's a war going on the main island. You know, we gotta have a reason to come here.
Right.
And if that doesn't work out, like, well, how are we standing there in front of all the people?
What if she says no?
Yeah, that would be pretty embarrassing. Probably sure.
I
Well,
would never say no
let's
to
not
a
get
good
ahead of
haiku.
ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just see how this goes.
I just don't want you to be disappointed.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You know, we're just gonna meet up with our friends beforehand. We're gonna plan this all out. You know, they're gonna be all kinds of encouraging, and they're
Some
just gonna,
motivational talk.
Yeah, exactly. They're just gonna put up all, you know, the midnight dinner and the napkins and, you know, all the stuff that you need, I guess. So yeah, while you guys are gonna plan that out, Tenzo actually has found the lady. So we are gonna make our way over there, and I guess while we're gonna, you know, make our way wherever he's gonna point us, because he's not telling us. I don't know why, but he's just, you know, that kind of guy. Why don't you go ahead and read another donation?
We just met 14K, you guys. Thank you for
Let's
all
go.
your donations. And we do have some more haikus.
Go
We
ahead.
have a $5 donation by Maud saying, "Spill it, Sonorous. We are all really want to know, why would you hide it?" I think this is about the horse story.
Probably is.
Towards Donut County any percent. Good Time Garden.
You want to see Good Time Garden? Get that mat.
We have another haiku if there's time.
Go ahead.
We have a $24 donation by Neo Matamune saying, "How to get love, fire and dance off. Can't be a better move."
I just love all these haikus coming. I did not expect you guys to, you know, be so philosophical and literal, I guess. So
Yeah.
it's really much appreciated.
I feel like it's gonna be an expensive matching for you.
Just go ahead, ruin my bank account on Valentine's Day, because otherwise I would just gorge it on chocolate, I suppose. I would rather donate it to charity. Also, you know, there's the lady that we've been looking for. You finally found the eagle again. So maybe we can finally have our date? Let's see about that.
We can finally pop the question.
Yeah, I can do that. But for now, I'm just going to focus on that guy in the background there. I'm just going to, you know, leave her alone for just a little while. She seemed a little bit aggressive. All right, standoff. I mean, you know, normally she's supposed to attack me, but sometimes, for whatever reason, this just happens. She's just, you know, vibing around, you know, keeping track of me, like, see if this guy is actually of the right metal for things, I guess, you know, casually checking out. And she vanishes, like, right in front of our eyes. Like, that is unheard of. Don't do that. You know, don't just ghost me. I'm the ghost here, not you. I'm the ghost of Tsushima. We are on Iki Island, so, you know, but spreading the ghost. Spreading the ghost. Anyway, she's gone. The Mongols are gone. And then we get more fireworks. So apparently, she kind of eluded us and went to the lover's nest without us. The audacity. So we have to go ahead and, you know, go where the love is going on, because I see a lot of red in that forest to the right over there. So I guess the party has started once more without us.
I'm confused. Did she say yes or no?
I have no idea anymore. You know, that lady is just way more trouble than she's worth, I suppose.
Schrödinger state?
I don't even know, man. Anyway, I think she brought friends. You know, we don't like that. You know, we want a date. You know, just you and me, like Jin and the Eagle. We don't want all these other guys. So I guess we have a little bit of cleanup duty to do here. I mean, you know, even Jin has had enough. He's just calling out for her now.
He's putting in a lot of effort just to get this date. He should be rewarded.
He is.
Do we have time for some more haikus?
In just a moment here, let me just, you know, get through this because there's actually some interesting stuff that's gonna happen in just a moment here once we get through these guys. And I hear more chanting. Guys, could you finally please stop that? You know, stop singing, you know. It's just driving these guys nuts, like it literally is. So there's some interesting things going on here now because we are nearing the end of the run and Jin is still not feeling so good. You know, he's still having this soup in his stomach somehow. I mean, it's been a while, but it has some pretty long-lasting effects. And it's getting way worse. So what will happen now, we will have a couple of hallucinations all throughout this gorge right here. And you can see everything is kind of watery, as if we were fighting underwater. And not only is that like really dangerous to us, because, you know, our movement is slowed down really heavily. During these hallucinations, all of our resolve is gone, and we use our resolve to heal ourselves or even revive ourselves should we get down. So I'm very, very vulnerable during these periods going on here. And once again, we are playing this only for plus difficulty. So I could die really easily here, and once again, there are more people here, and hey, there's the eagle again. Maybe she will do something for us now, but it seems like she's pretty aggressive. You know, I think yeah, I mean, look at that. She's just throwing her sword at me, so have a bomb, lady. Like, you know, if you're trying to attack me, just chill out for a moment. You know, we're just gonna go ahead and bomb her for a little while, because it just keeps her off our back. So we will throw these bombs at her. They just stun lock her, so you know we don't have to deal with her for a little while until the hallucination ends and we just see the people again. So we just can go ahead and finish off these fights. And in the meantime, while I do that, you are absolutely free to go ahead and read another donation.
Perfect. So we have a $20 donation by Tanaka saying, "This is a haiku. Within the spring of today, I will make you pay." And we have another donation, a $10 donation by Sfasanso saying, "Hello from the Italian speedrun community. I don't have an haiku." Mozzarella.
But do you have a pun? You know, puns also work.
Make a haiku pun.
Haiku pun. So a hai pun.
Well, you heard it. Let's get a haiku pun in.
Alright, the lady is still kind of angry at us, so we're just gonna go ahead and throw more bombs at her, I suppose, until, you know, we're gonna get back into what's actually happening. And apparently, nobody's back here. All the... Ooh! Well, I had the hallucination, like, Fune and Tenzo just mocked up all the enemies. That is some pretty good RNG. I think that's only happened to me twice or so, so...
They were eager to spread some love too.
Oh yeah, they are actually getting really into the habit of doing that. And with that, we are nearing the end of the run, actually, because, you know, our little love nest that I've been talking about is just around the corner there, so let's see if we can finally meet that lady.
There's better be a yes at the end of this story.
And actually, there she is. So, you know, we got the lady in our little love nest, so why don't we go ahead and do a little bit of a dance-off, you know? We gotta see if we still got the moves going on here, so... We're just gonna ahead and try to impress her with that. I mean, you know, she's called the Eagle. Birds try to impress themselves with doing stuff like that. However, she's up to her old tricks again, you know, pulling us in with her freaking hallucinations. And I actually have to go ahead and hit her with a sword strike somehow. So please, go ahead and attack me. That's good. And I have to hit her with a normal sword strike to actually get into the sword clash animation to go into the next phase of the fight. Now, the nice thing is, we will go into another cutscene, we will skip it. Then we go into the second phase of the fight and we get a full resolve regain. And that just means we can do more dance moves, you know? We don't have to do normal sword strikes, we can just continue dancing with her. And sadly, this is a little bit of an anticlimactic end to the run because that just completely gets rid of all of her health. So we won't be doing any actual duel with her. And there she goes. And what do you do after a dance-off?
No more dancing?
No?
I don't know. Take a break because
you take a break and compose a haiku because, you know, we have to reflect on our father's death because apparently that happened at some point. I don't know, but, you know, this is a little bit of a somber moment. So we're just gonna go ahead, you know, take a deep breath, quiet down, and reflect.
Didn't that happen like years ago before the game?
Wow. Way to ruin it, Rick.
That's my name.
Okay, and once the letters, the blessing of death, come on screen, so the title cover of this quest, that will be time, so Zonorous, if you would do the honors. And time. And that is the run. All right, guys, so a couple of takeaways from this whole situation. First and foremost, just don't go around and put stuff into other people, swords or bombs or
Fire.
whatever it is. Consent is key.
This is where you stop.
And, if you ever go ahead and find you and your loved ones locked in a dance-off to the death, well, I hope, your feet are up to the task. You have the moves like Kevin Bacon and Godspeed, I suppose. So, guys, do you have any shout-outs to do?
You?
I do, but what about you?
I mean, depends on what you're gonna shout out.
Well, I guess if you guys don't have any,
Okay.
I will just do it. You do?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have a Valentine's girlfriend at home that I want to give a shout out to. Hey, Rose.
Aww.
Aww.
Sorry I'm not there.
I mean, come on. He's hanging out with us,
Yeah.
raising money for charity. I guess that has to count, right? You will forgive him
Yeah,
for that, right?
she doesn't mind.
Right.
She won't
Right. Okay. Donors?
I would love to say the same, but I
Aw,
can't. I can't.
okay. We'll get to that in a moment, with the next one, actually. So, yeah, I would just really like to thank ESA for having me. This was a wonderful opportunity to show off Ghost of Tsushima at this really great event. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the Ghost of Tsushima community coming out and first donating to this run. I love you guys all. And with that, I think we are at an end. But this event as a whole, ESA, this marathon, is still going on for quite a while. And since it is still Valentine's Day, you should stick around for the next run because we will be having Ruby Heart, which, by the way, is probably the most best name for a speedrunner on Valentine's Day. I mean, Ruby Heart. Come on, guys. And if you guys ever felt, like you were not enough for somebody that you were chasing, economically or personally or whatever, Ruby will actually go ahead and teach you 16 scientifically proven lessons of how to get out of your shadow and conquer that colossus.
Wow.
And since this is going to be a speedrun, you know that you will get results and fast. So stick around for that. That's all from us, and have a wonderful ESA, everybody. I hope I will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Well, actually, there's one last shout out with a $15 donation from Meta saying,
Here you go.
Zonorous with Metroid, Recalled with Rampage, the Ghost of Tsushima, spreading love with bombs and blade.
That's a good one. Thank you.
Everybody's a haiku expert.
It included all of us, guys. It included all of us. All right.
Well, thank you all for donating all these haikus and everything else. Like Aeshmah, Recalled, Sonorous, thank you for the run. It was amazing. And stick around. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye.